Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, let me introduce myself. My name is Roihat Nikma. I am from class TBEI. Today I would like to tell about current teaching methodology in reading. Reading is one of the most important skills in learning English, especially for students. Reading becomes important because it is an active skill which involves inference, quizzing, practicing, and etc. It also has, more often than not, a communicative function. By reading, students will know about the tenses, kinds of tenses, and how to use it. They also will know about the difference of culture by reading cross-culture understanding, and they will learn how to pronounce the words correctly. Reading is the most important component in learning process and social interaction because reading is an indispensable communication tool in a civilized society. Second, then the reading material product in any period of time in history most influenced by social background. Third, development that over the period of the record history of reading has led to very different policies. Reading also plays an important role in civil life. Through reading, the individual keeps information on the political, social, economic, and cultural problems on this country. Types of reading. What are the types of reading? The first is scanning. It is one of those kind of reading where you read to search for a particular piece of information. Your eyes quickly skim over the sentence until you find it. The second is skimming. Skimming is a great way to get a broad idea of the topic being discussed. This method is generally used to judge whether the information is useful or not. Third is incentive reading. Incentive reading is used when you want to read carefully by paying complete attention to understand every word of the text. It is where you word, examine, and decipher each unfamiliar word or expression. And the last is extensive reading. Extensive reading is one of the kind of reading that people use for relaxation and pleasure. Adopt this method when the purpose is enjoy the reading experience. This method of reading helps you understand words in context and enrich your vocabulary also. So, we want to tell about teaching methodology in reading. The first is teaching reading through listen, read, discuss strategy. According to Manzo and Ghazali, listen, read, discuss strategy is a comprehension strategy that builds student prior knowledge before they read a text with the first set of slides. Listen, read, discuss strategy is a comprehension strategy that builds student prior knowledge before they read a text during reading and after reading. By listen, the teacher should lecture reading a text selection and discussion. Listen, read, discuss strategy is an appropriate strategy to teach reading. Here, the student will get the explanation about the text from the teacher before they read, and the student could enhance their comprehension about the text by doing discussion. Using listen, read, discuss strategy helps students in reading text because the entire process of teaching reading by using listen, discuss strategy will active student in reading. They will interact with others to discuss the option of target language. The procedure of listen, read, discuss strategy. According to Cixin-Menzo books, the procedure of using listen, read, discuss strategy in her journal as follows. The first is listen. The teacher gives the information to the student about the books that they will be read, and this can be in the form of short lecture on the reading material selected. Here the teacher tries to active the student period knowledge by using graphic organized to get the lecture. Second, read. Ask students to read text. The content is similar with the material present during the listen portion of lesson. Third, discuss. The teacher will lead a classroom discussion of the material that was reading and encourage students to reflect on any difference between their reading of the content on the teacher presentation. And the second method is student choose strategy. One of the best reading strategy that you can choose for students is the ability for them to have a choice in what they want to read. This is the most effective strategy to get your student to want to read when you give student a voice, a choice. Then they will choose sometimes some things that is of interest to them. This makes it more likely that they will be motivated and engaged to read the book until the end. Start by asking questions to find out what the student interests and hobbies are. Then you can direct them to the selection of books that you can think they will be best studies for. That's all for me. Thank you for nice attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.